What do you mean I'm asking a wrong question? No, you're just arrogant. Like, you're working in a team and only you want to be heard, which is not supposed to be. If you disrespect that, I will give it back. Okay. You don't have the monopoly of rudeness or madness. And you're saying that my work is noise. Automatically, your work is the perfect work. So share it.
Now you can leave.
He's a very dominant person. You can't be in the same. You boldly say that my work is noise.
A heated argument happened between Thelma Lawson and Faith at 1:30 a.m. Nigerian time, and as usual, I'll take you to how it all started. For this week's Bbnaija task presentation, the house was divided into two, and they will be organizing a debate. Now, Faith and Thelma Lawson happens to be in the same team. They're actually 16 in their team, and in this team, the materials that Big Brother provided for them to use and prepare for this debate was given to Faith and Thelma to summarize and then gather the rest of the team together, where they will analyze, read, and each member given a role they will be playing in this debate. Meanwhile, according to Thelma, she said she has been handling this. She made sure Kola got prepared regarding his host and MC stuff, because that will be the role he'll be playing for the team. Now, fast forward to this evening, or rather should I say morning, because this happened at 1:30 a.m. They were in the round table, everybody contributing and preparing ahead of Friday, because they said that their plan tonight is to come together, pick up the points they need. So now, while they were going through their materials, Thelma Lawson then asked a question. And guess what? Gift said, your question is wrong. You're asking the wrong questions. And Thelma is like, why will you say I'm asking the wrong questions? Why are we here? Are we not gathered here to get it right? So why are you saying I'm asking the wrong questions? And Faith still went on saying, your question is wrong. You're not asking the right questions, like in a very rude way. And then Thelma said, why speak to me in this tone? And Faith replied that Thelma was the one who was condescending the first time. So that he's just basically giving Thelma the energy she has been giving him. And Thelma is like, from where to where? Anyways, after that little issue, Thelma they now went back to their material. So they now asked an example they will be citing in their debates. And Thelma and Ibufrubra also dropped examples, but Faith just kept quiet. And Coin now turned to Faith, asking him, why did you keep calm when they mentioned examples they will be citing? And he said because it's a wrong answer, but he does not want to argue with anybody, so they should put it there. And Koyi was like, no, why would you say let them use a wrong example? No, you fully well is wrong. Why are we all seated here? Is it not to learn from one another? And he goes like, no, he's not ready to argue. He doesn't want to argue with anybody. That if he said that these examples are wrong now, that Thelma will still fight him for saying that. So he's like a kind of, let's just go with this example, knowing fully well is wrong. And the rest of the teammates were like, Faith, no, you can't do this. Knowing fully well this is wrong, let's get it right. And Faith goes like, oh, now you all want to get it right. But when I said Thelma's question, that Thelma was asking the wrong question, that her questions are wrong, and everybody kept mute, why Thelma goes off on me. And Thelma turns to him and said, no, you know what, that you're just arrogant, because why will you even talk to me in this way? You're just being rude for nothing. That honestly, you're too small for her. And Faith goes by, oh, I'm too small for you and I'm making you shout this way. Well, Thelma says she's not shouting, that this is how her voice is, that even during her audition she told Big Brother that she has a loud voice, that you just need to be kept in check. That now she understands why typically everybody is having an issue with you. Now you're in a team, and instead of being a team player, you just want only you to be heard, only your voice to be heard. And then Faith says that's the exact thing he's doing. But Thelma didn't agree with that, saying, okay, here now, what is the right thing to do? Why are you saying my questions are wrong? And Faith then goes ahead to explain to her, saying, oh, these examples, the definitions are the examples and all of that. And Thelma said, okay, fine. So why of all ways, of all means to communicate, why speak to me in that manner? And Faith said, because you are condescending, and if you disrespect me, I'll disrespect you back. Okay? And Thelma goes by, oh, I'm not surprised. We saw that play out in the arena. We saw how chaotic you can be. And Faith says, chaotic or not, I'll still win. Well, Thelma pointed to Faith that she's also a winner too. And Faith said honestly that when Thelma asked that question the first time, he actually corrected Thelma, telling Thelma, no, this is how it should be. But Thelma kept insisting on that her own idea should be taken, knowing fully well that this is his field. He's a medical doctor, that this is his field. He has an in-depth knowledge of all that is being discussed. And Thelma said, then communicate as a team member. Ibifubura then turned to Faith, saying, okay, you keep mentioning of in-depth knowledge, but then Big Brother has provided us with a material to work with. Look at the other team. There's no medical doctor there, and they're still going to use the same material Big Brother provided to them to debate with us. So can we as a team even at least get the knowledge, get to know what Big Brother provided us with, what the materials he gave us. At least let's get that first as a team, and then you can bring in your specialty in the long run. At this point, the team members were beginning to rumble, but Victory then begged everyone, saying, please, let's just work this out, because if we don't, this argument will linger. It will end up destroying all the effort we've been putting into, and a more bigger, higher, lengthier argument will even happen on Friday night if eventually we lose this wager. Well, just when we thought everything is cool now, only for Faith to say that the work Thelma did is noise. Mind you, Big Brother actually provided them with a material, and all they did was to summarize. And remember, the only people that did the summarizing thing is just Faith and Thelma in their team. And now you're saying that your your team members' work is noise, and here is Thelma telling Faith, there is no way you will say that the work I did is noise, but since you feel is noise, please go ahead and share your work with the rest of the team. I'm out of here, because you don't have the monopoly of madness, you don't have the monopoly of being rude, that almost everybody have been complaining about your behavior. That even Rude Boy came to her in the kitchen and said that no, that this Faith talks to people in a very rude way. And she was even trying to defend you, but now she's experiencing it firsthand. Thelma told Faith that we are all 10 over 10 here, but since you feel your work is the perfect one, go ahead and share it. And at that, guess what Faith replied? Only for Faith to say, yes, I will share it. You can leave now. You can leave now. And the rest of the team members were like, no, Faith, you can't talk in this way. And he went like, how? You guys are allowing Thelma talk and you're telling me I can't talk, meaning what? That's not possible. Well, Thelma said if the rest of the team members are going to just sit down there and watch Faith talk down on her work and efforts, the whole follow-up thing she did, trying to get her work ready. She stayed up last night. She also prepared something for Kola, who will be their moderator, and only for him to come now and be talking this way, that is not going to work, that it's better she leaves. And Faith said, yes, you can leave. And the rest of the team members were like, no, she can't leave. She's playing a huge role here. And Faith said she can leave. Someone else will take up that role. Well, that didn't go well with the rest of the housemates, because immediately Thelma stepped out. They said, no, it's not possible because it's getting late. Like today is Wednesday. They just have Thursday and then Friday, that they are trying to bring their work together. So Ibifubra decided to go upstairs and call Thelma Lawson, and then Sabrina as well volunteered to go get Thelma Lawson. And Bright Morgan said, honestly, this is not good. Someone that stayed up all night, and this is the choice of word. That in all of this, it's the approach, the choice of word, the manner you're saying it. Even if her work is not good, this is why you're here. You can say it in a more polite way instead of just, talking to her anyhow. That's very rude of Faith. Coin also turned to Faith, telling Faith that there is no way you will say that everything Thelma summarized is trash. That is not possible now. And he now said, this is the same thing you said when we were trying to shout roles and information to teammates. You said that Ibifubra does not have any value. She does not bring any value to this team. That it's the way you talk to people. Anyways, Sabrina, Ibifubra, none of them succeeded in bringing Thelma downstairs. And then Kola came in and talked to Faith, and then took Faith upstairs to go apologize to Thelma. Thelma told Kola that it's the level of disrespect that made her leave the room. That imagine after hearing about other people's experience with Faith, she actually went 3 days ago to have a conversation with Faith regarding all of that, and they actually had a very good conversation. But imagine 3 days later, she's experiencing it firsthand. How do you think that will make her feel? That since Faith is a dominant person, she can't be in the same team with him. Well, Kola begged Thelma Lawson to please do it for the team and not for anyone else. And Thelma said, culture is there. Culture has no role in this. Mensa as well, and even Victory. None of them have a role for the team. That they can go ahead and take up her role. And do you know, in all of this, Faith was just laughing. Faith then turned to Kola and said, I respected you, and came up here to listen to her, to apologize to her. And this is what she's saying. And you know, Tema was saying that it's time for her to be difficult, just the way Faith is making it difficult for them. That she's trying to play his role on him. He's trying to play him on him. And Faith said, no, you can't play me on me. That he's only here because Kola begged him to come upstairs, and now he's giving you the opportunity to get back to the team. And Thelma said, no, you're not giving me an opportunity to get back to the team. Who are you? And then told Faith, in fact, avoid me in this house. And Faith said, avoid you for what? What do I need in this house? I don't need you for anything in this house. So there's no need avoiding you, since I don't need you in the first place. And then he now went ahead to tell Thelma, do not push me to prove a point to you. And Thelma said, you can go ahead and do that, only for Faith to walk out of that room. Now, Thelma then turned to Kola, telling Kola that this guy keeps claiming, oh, because I'm a doctor, I have a depth knowledge of what is provided. And their team is even missing out on the key things that material came up with. Okay, that you should look at the other team. They are working with what Big Brother gave them. Nobody's a medical doctor there. And tomorrow they will come and challenge us during the debate. And here you are using medical terms that even a layman do not understand. At the end of the day, viewers might not even relate to their debate because of what? Because Faith is using medical terms and missing out the basic things needed in that debate. Well, like Faith said that the show will continue without Thelma. He took the rest of the team members to the garden, and then they continued over there. He even wanted to give out Thelma's role to another person, but the housemate insisted that it should be kept for Thelma, and even some parts of his points that Thelma already made should also be kept for Thelma, that tomorrow they will continue. Anyways, let me read your opinion regarding this.
And don't make me prove a point to you.
Prove it.
Understand? If she doesn't want it, it's okay.
Thelma, hold me. The end of the road for me.